everyone, welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about the Shanghai Dragons. Now I tried to talk to my friend who who I thought will be great to be on this video, but she didn't really want to, so I respect that decision. And here we are in the Shanghai Dragons with only just me, which is alright. Now this roster is very good, and it's definitely a contender of getting first place in APAC. Hey, let me do something. There. Okay, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, let's deal with this roster. So DPS is almost similar. They kept Fleta, Lip, and then DM who obviously left, but now he's joined back. They added Erster. And holy fuck, that DPS lineup is scary. They already have such great players, and adding Ursa into a lineup is like the ingredients of just a beautiful roster. I just think they're going to do really well in the DPS slot. They did replace, so they got rid of Ding and Dia. It's probably for the best. Ding, it's just unlucky for him because he didn't get played at all last season, including Dia. So it's very unlucky for both those players. But Ding had he's already been replaced obviously with Lip and Fleta, mainly Fleta, and then Ursa also coming in as well. But that's gonna be a very scary DPS lineup. Support, they didn't really do a whole lot other than get rid of Luffy. So they kept Izayaki and Li Gong, but they added Molly. And this is kind of like a PR thing, I'm gonna guess, because they are obviously based in China. So it's probably just a PR thing, just to make mainly the Chinese fans happy that they have a Chinese player on Shanghai. Even though Molly's a very good player. He's very good. He's a flex support. So he's probably going to be maybe have rotations with Izayaki. I don't really know, however. But they look pretty good currently. And for the tanks, so they kept Void, who was obviously a fucking beast in Shanghai, and they added Fate. And this is, I'm sorry to say, one, he's a very solid main tank, but this is definitely an upgrade. Fate was obviously coming in also with the I think also with some leadership as well. He can definitely lead his team into just into just results that will most likely be better than last season. So I definitely trust Fate. He's a great main tank, and there's definitely an upgrade. For the starting lineup, I'm probably gonna have Fleta and Lip. Sometimes we'll have DM and Ursa rotating in, but it's mainly gonna be Fleta and Lip. Support is Yaki and Li Gong, and tank Void and Fate. I just come up for that tank line, really. There's Void and Fate. This team is just an all-star team. I'm just gonna say it is an all-star team with a bunch of great players, and they are definitely a contender of winning this whole thing with shock. It's gonna be very close, really, in my opinion. It's just gonna be very close. I'm changing some stuff actually after this, but that. This roster looks so good, and oh my god, it's amazing. It's a great roster. Is it better than Shock? No, it is not. But it is definitely the best in the APAC region itself. Definitely, in my opinion, definitely the best because this roster looks really good. We now move on to the coaching staff, and I think they didn't do a lot of changes obviously because this coaching staff is really good. So they kept Moon, who obviously knows Fate and Izayaki very well. Dongsu, J-Field, and they re-added Kong, who was formerly on the coaching staff. He left in, let me have a look where he left. So he left in 2018. So this looks like a very solid coaching staff. I definitely trust them. But so I'm just really excited to see how they go, how this roster goes in the APAC region because they have some very tough teams, and this year is definitely going to be a very competitive year in the APAC region because they have a lot of great players like Guangzhou, Seoul, Hangzhou, Philly, and probably New York. And I don't really rate New York that highly. It's just this roster. This roster, when I look at it, it just screams all stars. It just screams all star players who are possibly the best in their respective roles. Like Fleta is like possibly the best DPS player other than Prophet. Lippy, he's a fucking nutty player on Widowmaker. Ursa, he's a dirty boy on the Tracer. DM, he's possibly one of the greatest Widowmakers in the league. Izyaki's a crazy Zenyatta. Li Gong has a crazy Lucio. He can also play the Ana as well, Izayaki. Molly is a very solid Zenyatta player. Void is a cracked D.Va player, and Fate he's a cracked main tank player in general. He's good in there. He's going to Reinhardt, he's going to Orisa, he's going to Winston. He's so good at all these characters, and this roster is going to be very good. So definitely watch out for this roster. So I kind of already talked about my power rankings. Shanghai Dragons is first. Let's just say that. Okay, let's just save that. They are possibly the best in the APAC. I want to see if I can do something. Okay, cool, I can. All right. So I'm just making this a little bit more better for me. There you go. Okay. So what is it now? They will be versing up the Guangzhou Charge first. On the 17th of April. Obviously when it starts. So let's now go into the power rankings. Now, they're definitely going to be in the top 5 because that is going to be really good. So, now I also need to take an account of all the NA teams as well. And I do think there is some, maybe even one NA team that is super good. I'm not going to get into that yet. I need to actually have a look at the teams. Hang on. I'm just currently looking at like all these rosters and like the teams because I know what the players are. It's going to like I'm not going to say who, but it's definitely someone in the NA region who I've not talked about, but I will be talking about very soon. Who I rate pretty highly of. So in the APAC region, we all know Shanghai's going to do really well. And with that roster, I think they're going to be second place. They're going to be very good, as I just misspelled Shanghai. There you go. Okay, so now the Shanghai Dragons in second place. I will be obviously changing this up when all the videos are being released. I'll probably maybe do a stream of it. I don't really know though, but it's going to be definitely a team to watch out for. I'll be honest. It's a really good team. Now, I already said who was going to be second place in my other video. I mean, it's pretty obvious who. And let me just do that. Okay. So basically, just like I said, you guys already know who I put in second place in APAC. I'm not gonna say who if you don't know, but yeah, it's kind of a very obvious team. So with Shanghai done, next video is going to be the Paris Eternal, and oh, they're going to struggle a lot. But see you then.